Do you realize markets are up 8 out of 10 years? People think that the stock market, it's like gambling. It's red or black. It's win or loss. That's not true. If you look at any given decade, over a 10-year period, the markets are usually up for 8 of those years and down or have a bear market in 2 of those years. So the deck is kind of stacked in your favor.
Well, I think a lot of people, because the nightly news covers all the ups and downs throughout the year, and without a doubt, we have a stat here. We'll show you because it's not a shocker to you. There's a lot of intra-year declines, meaning that even in really good years, the market might be down as much as 49%. We've seen that in certain years, but if you just average it out, there's likely a 14% intra-year decline that even good years have. It's just you need to zone out of that noise and just know markets make money 8 out of 10 years. You're going to be okay even with all the volatility that's happening on a day-to-day basis.
And when you stack that up over a long time period, what you'll recognize is that bear markets are much smaller than bull markets, and they last much shorter than bull markets. Again, we have this illustration we show from 1942 all the way till 2022, every bear market and every bull market. And what you can see is how relatively severe the bear markets are to the bull markets. They pale in comparison. So not only is the market up 8 out of 10 years, but when it's up really big. And when the market is actually down in those 2 years, yeah, it might be painful in the moment, but when you zoom out and look at it, it's literally just a blip on the radar. I think it was Peter Lynch that said, more money is lost trying to avoid the next downturn than just participating in it. And this drives that home. You were going to hurt yourself a whole lot more by missing out on the next bull market than even if you got the timing right and missed out on the next bear market.
The average bull market, according to First Trust, 150% gains.
Total gain.
Whereas the average bear market, a loss of 32%. So it's just, I think sometimes, yes, it's scary to lose 32% or to weather that. But if you can just be consistent, control your behavior, you will be better for it, because that leads to the closing tip. When in doubt, zoom out. I mean, look at this chart.
This is since the Great Depression.
I mean, it's an all-time 17,000%, meaning you have to move that decimal over to really see what's going on here. And look, we even put on the chart, there's scary stuff, whether it's the collapse of the Great Depression, Black Monday, dot-com bubbles, Great Recession, even the COVID crash. There's always going to be scary things whispering in your ear why you need to be concerned or sitting on the sidelines. But when in doubt, zoom out, and your future self will be rewarded for it.
So you can understand the markets and you can see this, but we don't just want you to get excited about understanding the markets. We want you to also understand the mathematics, because when it comes to investing and when it comes to building for your financial future, the math is pretty exciting. And that leads to mind-blowing stat number 2. Would you believe it if we told you that $250,000 is halfway to $1 million?
Now, wait a minute, Bo. Something doesn't compute here. The math ain't mathin'.
Math ain't mathin'.
250 out of $1 million, that's 25%. And you're saying that's half. Half is 50%. How can 25% be 50%?
So let's show you this. Let's assume that you're going to save $833 a month. You're going to save $10,000 every single year, and let's assume that you can make 8% rate of return on those dollars. So I'm going to save $10,000 a year, a little over $800 a month, and I'm going to make 8% per year. Well, after I have been investing for 13.8 years, putting my money to work, letting it grow, I will have gone from $0 to $250,000. It took me 13.8 years to get there.
Okay.
But do you recognize that if I just keep up the exact same behavior, exact same savings, exact same rate of return, keep doing the exact same thing, that over the next 13.8 years, I go from $250,000 to $1 million. $250,000 may not be halfway in dollars terms, but it is halfway in time terms to $1 million.
Man, this is why compounding interest is magical, is because you're halfway there. So yes, it's only a quarter of the money. It's $250,000 out of the $1 million, but from a time standpoint, you're already halfway there, because that money's going to start growing upon itself. It's beyond the bowling point or bowling point. However, I can't say things well. But it is amazing. And a lot of you are like, Aaron, but guys, that sounds like 27, 28 years. That seems like too much for me. Here's the good news. You actually control this. Even though you're halfway to $1 million, you control. If you just invest more, you're going to actually accelerate this journey even faster.
Yeah, let's start lower. If you save $500 a month, it would take you about a little over 33 years to get to $1 million. Well, the halfway point in terms of time, if you're watching your annual net worth statement, is when you hit $209,000. If you can save $1,000 a month, it'll take you about 25 and a half years to get to $1 million. So your halfway point is about $266,000. If you can save $2,000 a month, it'll take you about 18.4 years to get to $1 million. Your halfway point will be just under $325,000. And if you can save $4,000 a month, that's about $50,000 a year, it will take you just over a decade, right at 12.4 years to get to $1 million. And when you get to $383,000, you are halfway to that million. Your behavior matters. And a lot of people say this all the time, Brian. Man, $1 million. I don't know why you guys talk about $1 million. Why is $1 million? Why does it matter? Why is it important? Like $1 million today is not worth what $1 million was in 1990, whatever, when Dr. Stanley wrote Millionaire Next Door. But man, it's still a pretty awesome accomplishment.
Well, it's a huge milestone because, guys, and we love seeing you guys celebrate this. You don't keep it a secret. I love, even on our Reddit threads, you guys are out there sharing with our audience or other fellow financial mutants that you've crossed $1 million. And here's the thing. Yes, I know inflation has hurt what $1 million purchasing power is. But as we just showed in the number 9 amazing or surprising facts, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to hit 2 million when you've already crossed $1 million. It's going to be easier to hit 3 million when you've crossed that million because this stuff stacks on top of each other. Compounding interest is truly the 8th wonder of the world. And I love it when you cross into that 7-figure status because magical stuff continues to happen. It's not the end of the journey. It's actually the beginning of even more magical stuff happening in your financial future.
And do you recognize that when you hit the 2 comma club, once you get into 7-figure status, having a net worth of $1 million literally puts you in the top 10% of Americans. Getting to that milestone. So yeah, maybe $1 million isn't enough for you. Maybe your number is 1.6 million, or your number is 2.2 million, or your number is 4.3 million. If you want to know what your number is, you can go to learn.moneyguy.com and check out our Know Your Number course. But whatever your number is, when you hit that threshold, when you cross into 7-figure status, that automatically right there puts you in the top 10%. And that is something worth celebrating because of the hard work you've put into building towards your great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Bo, I've got a great way. If you really want to feel special and celebrate your accomplishments financially, especially if you've crossed into 7-figure status, we've set up a website for you. If you just go to moneyguy.com, you can look at Become a Client because we love celebrating our financial mutants. We call this the abundance cycle where, yes, you come here, we give you tons of free stuff. Just go to moneyguy.com/resources. We'll load you up with all the free stuff, but there will come a day where you realize, man, this simplistic thing that I started has gotten really complicated. What's the next steps? We're going to leave the porch lights on for you and hope that you will cross into that threshold and give us an opportunity to continue to pay it forward, continue to make you feel special, because we really do believe there's a better way to do money.